Russia is signaling that the war in Ukraine is far from ending. Moscow's top general says President Vladimir Putin has ordered an expansion of what Russia calls a buffer zone inside Ukraine, beginning in 2026. The move targets northeastern regions bordering Russia and suggests long-term military planning, not de-escalation.
In the current months, the pace of expanding the security line has increased. 7 settlements have been liberated. The President of the Russian Federation has been given the task of expanding the security line next year to ensure the peaceful life of the residents of Belgorod and Kursk regions.
According to Russia's chief of the General Staff, Valery Gerasimov, Russian forces are advancing in Ukraine's Sumy and Kharkiv regions. He says the so-called North Troop grouping, formed in early 2024, is already operating along the border, aiming to push Ukrainian forces further back.
In addition, the troops of the Group of the North in the liberated areas of the Kursk region carry out humanitarian tasks. The engineering units of the group are demining the territories of the Sudzhansky, Glushkovsky, and Kalinivsky regions. Today, we will listen to the report of the officials on the results of the task.
The Kremlin portrays the buffer zone as a defensive shield. Putin has repeatedly argued it is needed to protect Russian border regions like Belgorod and Kursk from shelling and drone attacks. Moscow also links recent military activity to alleged threats against Putin, claims Kyiv strongly denies.
Важные результаты боевой работы.
I see that all the tasks are being carried out in accordance with the plan of the special military operation, approved and developed by the General Staff. The creation of a security zone in the border regions in the Sumy, Kharkiv, and Dnipropetrovsk regions is proceeding at a good pace. In Donbas and the Zaporizhzhia region, the offensive is underway along the entire line of contact. Russian troops are increasing pressure on the Ukrainian armed forces.
Достойные условия завершения конфликта.
Ukraine rejects the buffer zone outright, calling it a cover for deeper territorial incursions. President Volodymyr Zelensky has dismissed Russia's plans for Sumy and Kharkiv as irrational and says Ukraine will fight to defend the regions. At the same time, Kyiv is floating a very different idea. Zelensky says Ukraine is willing to accept demilitarized zones in parts of the Donbas it still controls and around the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant as part of a US-backed peace plan. The proposal would require both sides to pull troops back, creating neutral zones rather than expanding territory by force. The clash between Russia's buffer zone expansion and Ukraine's DMZ offer exposes a deep divide. Kyiv is signaling conditional flexibility to end the war, while Moscow is locking in plans that extend the conflict into 2026. With Russia yet to accept or reject the DMZ proposal, fighting near the border is expected to continue, and hopes for near-term peace remain uncertain.